How y'all doing? Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy Kenny D, singer-songwriter, your host. Hey, today is Monday and we are bringing you Pimp Game, the podcast. That's right, where we highlight positive, intelligent, motivated people each and every single Monday, 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. IG Live. Alright? Yo, we got a special show for you guys on tap tonight. We really do. We are going to be talking about, should a woman propose to a man? What do you think? What do you think? Should a woman propose to a man? It is a crazy thing, crazy thought out there. I know a lot of people, I don't know, they may not agree with it, what have you, but also after that, at the bottom of the hour, 8:30, we're going to have the owner and CEO, Chef D. That's right. He's the owner and CEO of D's Grill. He will be coming on at 8:30. 8:30 to talk about what he got going on. He's grilling. He's chefing it up. He is doing his thing. You are live on Pimp Game. All right? So, let me say to you guys, when it comes to the topic of a woman proposing to a man, I think before even me, I will be the first to admit it, I was not on board with it. Why? Because it's kind of awkward, you know? I believe it's awkward in the sense that a lot of women wouldn't propose to a man, you know, like it's not traditional. It's not the way it is. It's not the American dream. You know, most little girls grow up and, you know, get taught to be married, and usually it's us men who are proposing to them. We're getting on one knee. We're buying the ring. We're getting the engagement ring. We're getting everything started. We're doing our thing, right? That's just what it is. So if you want to get on, let me know what you want to do. Let me get a couple of shout outs to Kenny, Mimi, who else is on here? A couple other people on here. I can't see everybody. But that's what we're talking about tonight. If you are just joining us, we're talking about, should a woman propose to a man? What do you think? Is it okay? Like, can you see yourself proposing to a man? And if he does, you know, now he got his back up against the wall. It's just a thing where he's like, I don't know, should I do this? Should I not do this? What is going on? And clearly the woman probably has expressed to herself or expressed to him that she really wants a marriage. Maybe he's not doing it or whatever the case may be. And she's just like, yo, I've had enough of this. I'm going to ask this dude to get married. I'm going to get the ring. I'm going to do my thing. If he don't want to marry me, it's going to end right here. What do you think? Hey, I'll buzz you in if you want to talk about it. All right? You are on live on the Pimp Game podcast. Now, I will say this. Men who propose to women, I believe is genuine, right? It's always coming from a genuine place, especially if maybe the woman didn't let him know that that's what she want, or she's letting him know that I might want that. Maybe I'm not ready yet. You got some guys who may do it. But to have a woman go ahead and propose to the man, I think that is something totally different. It's something totally different. She is taking the lead on that. She's going to propose to this guy. Now, is she doing it in front of family members? I don't know. Is she doing it in front of a whole group of her friends, her homegirls, maybe her homeboys that she's been knowing for years? We don't know. But her doing it takes a lot of courage, because I know a lot of women, they would not sign up for that at all. But hey, who knows? Maybe somebody will, and there are women out here who do it. Yeah, I believe it is. But they are not doing it now. So, yo, you are on live on the Pimp Game podcast. Join in on the discussion and you would like to talk about it. Hey, get on. I will buzz you on. We could talk about it. Do you feel like a woman should propose to a man, and why not? All right? How you doing? How you doing, Keisha? Good. Thanks for tuning in to the show. Now, it has been brought to my attention on the topic of a woman proposing to a man, that sometimes women might get turned down. That's what they might do. They may get turned down. Who knows? You just never know. You never know. Some of the guys might turn them down. So I understand why they would not do it. And if you are just joining us, you like to get in on the show and talk about it, we can talk about it. Do you feel a woman should propose to a man? Put your comments in the comment section if you want to. I'll go ahead and see what you're saying. We can go ahead and address it. If you don't want to get on, put your comments in the comment section. Some people may not want to be seen. Some people are shy. I understand that. However, if you want to get on and talk about it, let's talk about it. All right? You are tuning in live on the Pimp Game podcast. All right, we got someone coming in ready to talk about it. Oh man.
Hello, what up?
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
Shit.
What's going on? We can't hear you. Turn your volume up a little bit.
Testing 1 2 1 2.
1 2. All right. Can you speak a little louder?
All right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit better. A little bit better.
All right. Well, I'm gonna chime in real quick because I know my sound volume sucks right now.
All right. Well, before you do that, give everybody your name. Let us know your name and tell us what you think.
All right. Well, my name is Kenny Dean. Of course, I got the same name as my cousin. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we are related. And I'm just putting my chime in on what I think and a question that hit a nerve in the light bulb when you asked that question about being proposed to as a man.
So what you think about it? Have you ever been proposed to by a woman, or maybe a woman alluded to it with you, or maybe you know a friend or family member that it ever happened to?
Never witnessed it, never even had a man or anybody I'm like linked or close to that even said anything about being proposed to as far as being a man. But my thing is what you was talking about as far as relationships, because a lot of things I've noticed right now as far as relationship wise, a lot of men and women have not been successful as far as making the relationship last. Yeah, everybody can get married, but how many statistically wise are last, especially like in the younger generations on down? You know what I'm saying? How many relationships are really out here lasting the 20, 25, 35, 45 years? Nowadays, that's kind of unheard of. So my question is this, right? Statistically wise, for the women who do propose to their man, do those relationships seem to last longer than the man that's proposing to the woman as far as being married? What do you think?
Now, I will say that's an interesting topic. If you are just joining us, what Kenny, is asking is, how many of those relationships are actually successful? The ones where the woman is proposing to the man. And in my opinion, I can only give my opinion. I would tell you, I believe they will be more successful. Why? Because it's more genuine, where the woman actually wants this. So she is proposing to him. It'll work far more better, I believe, than the man proposing to the woman. Because a lot of times, don't get me wrong, you'll have the woman bringing up marriage and then the man is proposing to her, but far too often you see the man proposing to her and maybe she hasn't even brought it up. She hasn't let him know that she wants marriage, but this guy's proposing because he thinks that's what he's supposed to do. You know what I mean? So I believe if the woman is proposing, I think it probably lasts longer, I believe, because it's coming from her side. That's what she really wants.
True. I feel like it's all about perspective, right? I mean, here we are as a man, we think that because we're doing everything as far as what we consider as what love is to the woman on the other hand might not feel love because it's probably a certain way that she wants to receive love, but the way that she receives love or she responds to love may not be exactly the way the man might think he's loving. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The woman might think she's not getting the love that she's supposed to deserve from the man, and the man over here thinking that I'm giving her, I'm showering her with gifts, I'm doing this, that, and the third. So traditionally, in the rightful mindset of a man, I'm making sure she's protected. This is my love. I'm showing her love, right? On the other hand, women be so complex a lot of times that we might think we giving her the full 100% of love that she desires. Hindsight, it might not even be 50%. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I notice women be complex and stuff with, you know what I'm saying, things like that in conversation. So I don't know, man. I feel like we need another female to chime in to get another perspective from the female side of what really
For sure. And before I let you go, Cold Blooded 222 says my girl proposed to me. Oh, I gotta change my name. I'm no more Kenny
Oh
D.
shit.
Cold Blooded, that's my name. Call me
Oh
Cold Blooded from
shit.
now on. He got somebody to propose to
Oh
him.
shit.
I love it. That's what's up, Cold Blooded.
That nigga joking though, man. That dude's joking. I don't even believe it. He ought to, yeah.
And
That
hey,
fool be
he
joking
got
too
it in
much. I
there.
don't
Whether
believe
he's joking, maybe she's serious. Maybe she talked
it.
about it to him. You never know. So
Hey,
let me ask you this,
true.
Kenny.
Hey,
Do you feel like if a woman did propose to a man, would it force him to have to say yes now? Because he can't be like, oh, I'm not ready. I mean, he could still say that, but now it's like maybe they've been together for 4 years and so many years. Like, is his back against the wall? Like, he got to say yes now, unless the relationship might be over.
I feel like as far as the woman's behalf, dog, when she's doing that at that type of point of vulnerability, because it is a vulnerable standpoint for a woman or a man. You know what I'm saying? To go that depth of, you know what I'm saying? Because it's deep. I feel like for both ends, it's just far as you being genuine. If you're giving a genuine answer, maybe you're not ready. Maybe we can put that on, hold or whatnot. Maybe I feel like that's more satisfactory instead of somebody saying, yeah, maybe, and then later on being just all indecisive. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you indecisive, I feel like it's fucked up.
Mm, mm,
Just
mm,
be
mm,
honest. If
mm.
you're not sure, you're not ready. Say you're not sure, you're not ready. Don't say yeah, and then go into the damn relationship doing all kind of fuck shit when you confused in the beginning.
Now I know
So that's
one thing about me. One thing I don't like. I don't like when couples get married, or maybe even a dude gets married, or even a woman gets married, and then they go out there and act like they're single. Like, to me, just be single. That's what I think. Just be single. Now, and I get it. Don't get me wrong. I know it's a lot of temptation out here, especially when you got somebody. That's when people are coming, when you got somebody. But hey, if you want to be in a relationship, you want to be married, which is the highest honor of like a relationship. I think you gotta honor that. You gotta honor that because it's the vows. Maybe I take that seriously, but I really think that people should honor that more so. But I think a woman proposing, it actually might turn out where, if that was the case, marriages would probably be more successful, to be honest.
Cold Blooded said she got on one knee and started singing Jagged Edge.
I don't know about that one. I don't know that. I don't know, Cold Blooded. I don't know about that. Was she on her note or what? I don't know. All right. Yo, so Kenny, thank you for chiming in on the show. Keep tuning in. And thanks for coming on.
For sure.
All right.
All right.
Yo, yo, yo. If you are just joining us, if you are just joining the show, we are here talking about, should a woman propose to a man? You are live on the PIMP Game podcast, all right? And at the bottom of the hour, we got a special guest coming on board. He goes by the name of Chef D. That's right. He is the owner and CEO of D's Grill. He will be on the show at 8:30 to talk about what he has going on with his grilling, what other projects he might be working on, and have you, such of those things. Now, let me say this with respects to a woman marrying a man. The reason why I say I believe it will work even better is for the simple fact that women know when they want to marry a man the same way they know when they want to be with a man, right? It's the same thing. And to all my fellas out there, you watching the Pimp Game podcast, you want the woman to want you. That's what you want. That's what you want. You don't want to go ahead and you coming in there and you asking her to get married, but she hasn't expressed to you that she wants to be married. I believe you'll be the loser because she might not be there with you at that time. Like I'll never forget a couple of years ago, I had a buddy of mine, pretty much the same thing. He wanted this girl, they were dealing. She never expressed that she wanted to marry this man. This man went ahead and gathered her, you know, surprised her, had a blindfold on her, and had the family there, and everybody, the women were crying, the dudes was high-fiving and all this stuff. When she took the blindfold off, this dude was on one knee. He was on one knee, ready to propose to her. He did. He extended his offer. He proposed, all of that. And she walked out of there. She didn't want to marry him. She never expressed that she really wanted to be married, fellas. You have to wait on the woman. I mean, I don't want to say wait, but you know what I mean. Let her give you the signal that she wants to be married. She doesn't give you the signal, don't jump out there and do it. All right? Don't do it. Don't play yourself. Don't do it. Make sure she's expressed interest in getting married before you go ahead and pop the question. All right? Or unless maybe you got it from her. Maybe she said, hey, I do want to be married, but I'm waiting until I finish school, or I'm waiting until I get this promotion, or whatever the case may be. You need to know what time frame you guys are on before you go ahead and pop the question. So for all of you dudes out there who want to get married, it's a good thing, I think, if you allow the woman to really come in and kind of do her thing and really let you know that she wants that. That way, you know, when you're asking her, it's a guaranteed yes. It's not I'm scared to ask her, and I don't know. She might say yes. She might say maybe. She might say next week. She might say, I'm ready till next year. You don't want that. You want to make sure you're sure. It's a sure thing. As soon as you ask her, she's going to say yes. She's going to cry, lean in your arms, all of that. That's what you want. How you doing, Shanika? How you doing? Give a shout out to you. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for joining the show, as well as Paula. Thanks for joining the show. Hey, if you are just joining us, you are live on the Pimp Game podcast. That's right. And in a couple of minutes here at the bottom of the hour, 8:30, we are going to have Chef D on the show. He's going to be talking about his cookings and what he has going on, grilling, things of that nature. He's the owner and CEO of D's Grill. He will be on the show here shortly at 8:30. Now, if you're just joining us, we're talking about should a woman propose to a man? What do you think? Put it in the comments. What do you think? Have you as a woman ever proposed to a man? Have you done that? Have you ever thought about it and maybe backed out of it and said, oh, no, I ain't doing that? What do you think? What would you do? Would you go ahead and marry that man, or even extend the offer to him and see what he says? Would you do it? All right? Now, if I had a woman propose to me, I'd probably we'd probably talk about it before. I don't want her to propose to me and I'm not ready, and I just don't want to do it. And I just like, man, you know what? This is crazy. I can't do it. I don't think I could do that. No. Like, I believe Will Smith, I would have rather Jada propose to him. I don't know if that would have happened. I don't know if she would have ever extended that offer. But I would have rather her propose to Will. That way, Will knew that, okay, this is what she wanted. And he probably wouldn't be going through the problems that he's going through now with Jada if she came forth with wanting to be married. Because as you saw later on the Red Table Talk, she said, you know, with her mother, I never really wanted to be married. So if she would have extended that offer to Will, I think they would have a much smoother relationship. Everything would be better. Now, of course, we never really know these people, but it would be smoother. it would go better. She probably respect him more. She probably do things a little bit better in certain areas, and she would definitely really stand by his side. He wouldn't have to go through all the drama he's going through, or sleeping with August Alsina and all of that. Probably not, if she extended the offer. All right. So if you are just joining us, again, we are here live on the Pimp Game podcast at 8:30. We will have Chef D on the show. He'll be on shortly on Pimp Game. All right. Rep Woman of Figure Fitness says, my thoughts, loving my 110% femininity. There's something romantic about a man asking for his queen's hand in marriage. I could side with that. Yes, there is. There is. I could say there is something special about that in the sense that, to me, it's traditional. That's what we're used to. They don't, just like in America, there's not a lot of arranged marriages. But in other foreign countries, maybe third world countries, these people have arranged marriages. And they work better than the marriages that are not arranged. Because these people are serious when they get with each other. I don't know how it works, but it works for them. The parents find them somebody, and the other parents find them a dude or whatever, and these couples get together and they stand the test of time, All right, House of Alama says, no, I don't think a woman should propose to her man. Yes, hey, a lot of women feel that way, that the woman should not propose to the man. However, having said that, I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing if she did something that was different. Yes, it might not be respected by her girls and things of that nature. Maybe it looks desperate because that's not the way things are done. But having said that, I believe it would be good if they did it, or if women did it. Maybe some more women did it. Maybe it'd get more marriages out there, and it'll make sure, that things is genuine. Because when a woman comes to you and asks you for marriage, she really wants it. She really wants that marriage. She really wants to be married. She's probably willing to submit to you. She's probably willing to follow your lead. The things that us men want, right? She's ready to do all of that. All of that, all right? And that's what it is. Like, I think when Miss House of Alama says she don't think it should happen, but maybe it should happen. At least so we could see more successful families. And that's what we want. That's what this is all about. We want, whether you white, Puerto Rican, Chinese, Asian, Jamaican, whatever, Blackanese, whether you African American, whatever. We want to see more families out here in the world with people being successful at having families. That's what we want. That's what we need. Back like back in the days, in the 60s, in the 50s, when our grandparents were, coming up, and they were just with each other. And it was more genuine. It was more genuine. Now, granted, the man was out making his money, and the woman was at home taking care of the kids. So they weren't quote unquote independent like the women of today's times are. But hey, they still bought value. All right. All right, Miss House of Alama says, allow the man to walk in his masculinity and show his growth and honoring you to be his queen, so that you wouldn't have to second guess later on if he really loves you. All right, I could vibe with that. I could definitely vibe with that. I could definitely vibe with that. And I think too, like, if a woman allows a man to walk in his masculinity by him asking, of course, that's a good thing. He should already be walking in his masculinity. But as a guy, I think sometimes you never know. You just never know. You never know, right? You never know. You might not be ready. Some dudes are not built for marriage. They might even marry a woman, but that's not their thing. It's really not their thing. To be honest, it's not their thing. Natural Passion RN says, I think some women should. If anything, it would help women not waste their time waiting for a man to propose. I know many women who have waited and no proposal came. Interesting. That is interesting, to say the least. I agree with you on that one, Miss Natural Passion RN. Okay, if she proposes, then he says no, at least she can move on to someone serious. Now, let me be honest. I like that last quote that she says. That if you didn't hear me the first time, Natural Passion RN says, if she proposes, then he says no, at least she can move on to someone else who actually does want what she wants, obviously, right? Now, the problem with that is sometimes people don't want to face reality. They may not want to hear no. People, you know, especially when they're madly in love with somebody or they really want that guy or they really want that person, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear no. So them coming to them asking for their hand in marriage, knowing there's a good chance that man might not be on board because she's probably complained to him before about marriage and he's just not with it for whatever reason. She doesn't want to be rejected. And that's what that is. That's what I believe. She don't want to be rejected. All right? Now, if you are just joining us, we are on Pimp Game Live. All right? Smile Me Fresh says it's 50-50 on both ends, regardless. There's more guarantees. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Now, to me, nothing is ever guaranteed. When you're dealing with a woman, you're dealing with a man, there's nothing guaranteed. A woman can tell you today or tomorrow she loves you. Tomorrow she can say, you know what, I don't think this is working. Even though the man might feel he's on the same page, same thing. The woman could love the man could love the woman, and one day the man said, oh, I'm deeply in love with you. Then the next week he says, you know what? I don't think this is working. It could happen both ways. People don't want rejection these days. That's not what they want. All right? Yo, we are getting ready to bring on our special guest, Chef D. He will be on the show. He's the owner and CEO of D's Grill. We are getting ready to bring him on the show here momentarily.
Yo, what it?
Yo. How you doing today, man?
Can you hear me good?
What's that? I could barely hear you. Can you turn your volume up?
All right, what about that? Can you hear me now? How I sound now? Are we good?
I still can't hear you.
All right, what about now? How we now? We good? You can't hear me?
It's a little better. You're low. I don't know why you're low.
Let me see. All right, what about now? Can you hear me now, bro?
Oh, get off and then let's come back on.
All right, so we good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think we're going to make it work today. So if you are just joining us, we are live on Pimp Game. This is Chef D. He is the owner and CEO of D's Grill, doing this thing in the DMV area. I'm talking about VA, DC, Maryland. Whatever you need, he got you. So D, for those people who don't know you, tell them who you are and you know maybe not how you start just yet, but yeah, tell us who you are, what's your name,
right, cool.
and what you do.
First of all, let me just give it back to you, Kenny, man. Thanks for having me on the show, bro. I appreciate it, man. You know, you giving me the opportunity to come on your platform, man, I think it's phenomenal. I think you're doing a great job, bro. Keep doing it, man. Salute. So again, I'm David Changing Lives. David, Chef D, baby. You know what I'm saying? The CEO of D's Grill. A little bit about me. I'm from the DMV area. Grew up in the DMV area, and I just love cooking, man. I love doing what I do. I love grilling. So that's pretty much about it, you know, as far as introducing me.
All right. That's what's up. So I know you love cooking. So take us back to where it all started. Like what got you into the cooking? Were you watching the Food Channel when you were 4 years old? What happened? Like what got you into the field that ultimately kind of got you started?
First off, man, that's a good question. First off, for me, I come from a background of cooks. So my family, like, That's what we do. So as a little child, I always remember being around the grill. My grandfather actually did ribs as well. So, you know, I just remember being by the grill and just watching my grandfather, you know, be so passionate about serving those ribs. I mean, man, it was just something that I just wanted to do. And so I always grill for my friends. You know, when people come over, you know, that's what basically everybody knew me for. Hey, look, we going over Chef D house. Hey, we already know we ain't got to worry about eating because he gonna be cooking something on grill and he gonna throw something up. But so you know, man, it was basically, I think what birthed it was definitely seeing my grandfather work around that grill, and he was just the man. You know, everybody called on him to do all of the grilling pretty much. So that's what really ignited it, man.
All right. So you talk. So you talked about your grandfather. What was Pop's name? And did he show you how to cook? Like, did he say, you know what, grandson, this is how you make a rib, or let me show you how you season it? Did he ever go into that with you when you were a kid? Were you little,
So
or what have you? Did he ever show you the ropes?
Him showing me the ropes was because my grandfather, man, he didn't let you get too close to the grill, honestly. So you had to watch. And so you just watch and you seen what he did. You seen what he was doing. You know, you seen how he was cutting down. You know what I mean? And, you know,
Okay.
you would just sit and watch. And as far as now, you know, his name is William Brown, better known as Bill. This is near and dear to my heart, man. Because right now, my grandfather, he's lost his memory, right? So he's going through times and everything, but he can't even remember how good and great he was at selling these ribs, man, and doing. I can remember being a little child and remember him serving politicians, man. Like, I remember Marion Barry was a regular customer of my grandfather, him and his family. So, you know, yeah, it was those things that, you know, really inspired me. And I watched my grandfather just really grind and hustle, man. Not just ribs. I mean, he was the freezy man. You can go get frozen Kool-Aid cups from him. I mean, he did it all. You know, he was just that guy. You know, but yeah. So you know, I feel like I'm carrying on the legacy when it comes to the ribs, and I just love it, man. You know, I love.
All right, all right, all right, all right. If you're just joining us, we are on IG Live with the owner and CEO of D's Grill, Mr. Chef D himself. Hey, so tell us, with cooking, we know some people that kind of maybe, you know, they got a little craziness to them when it comes to the cooking. They're just addicted to it. They want to be in the kitchen all day. Like, you just can't get them out of the kitchen to stop cooking for their life. They'll do it for free if you let them. If we didn't have money in the world, they'll do it for free, right? So tell me, what's the routine that D has that I mean, what do? You lay the knives out? Do you lay the, I don't know, the spatulas out? What is D's routine to cooking? Like, do you got a special thing that you do, like,
Honestly,
before you start cooking?
One of my rituals, and if you know, anybody that know anything about Chef D, know I love music. So look, baby, first thing first, we got to get that music going. You know, I music going. And yeah, man, I kind of go into a zone, man. You know, I like to call it my playground, my happy place, right? I grab my cutting board, you know. I grab a spatula, set everything out, you know, my clamp, everything like that, and man, we make it happen. We make it happen, you know.
So you have your you gotta have your music on first. I heard that. What are you listening to? You listening to Marvin Gaye? Are you listening to Young Boy, NBA Young Boy? What are you listening to when you cook? Well, I don't know. Are you listening to R. Kelly?
So honestly,
what
man,
is it? What is D listening to?
I love Afro beats. So man, I might throw some of that on, and I just love music. So it really all depends on my mood for that day. It could be gospel. You know, it may be a little R&B. It may even be some jazz. All depending on how I'm feeling that day. You know what I mean? But the music is on. You know what I'm saying? So
okay.
First, you know, Yeah, that verse.
I like that. I like
I
that.
listen to all of it, so you know, it just all depends on how I'm feeling when it
Oh,
comes to that.
great, 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 great. So if you listen to the music and things like that, you're a family man as well. Do you have a special recipe maybe for breakfast that's like your go-to, or maybe like for dinner it's your go-to that maybe the average everyday person wouldn't know about you, that you actually do? Like what's your specialty that separates D from all the other chefs out there? Because we got a lot of chefs out there, but you specifically, Chef D, what is your specialty? What is your go-to that kind of separates you from the
Me,
pack?
uh, it's definitely my seasoning. I believe my seasons because, man, you can go just about anywhere and get a rib, but can you get a D's grill rib though? Is the question. All right. So what sets a D's grill rib
Right.
aside from any, for me, it don't matter how long they might have been established or going along in their business, right? Unique that I apply to my ribs that I feel like is second, and also with my sauce.
So okay, so with the seasoning, is that something you can give us here live on Pimp Game? Can you give the viewers your special recipe? Is that something you could maybe give to us? Like just let us know, hey, I'm using
Unfortunately,
Old Bay, I'm using this, I'm using that. Can we cook these ribs at home? Can we cook Chef these ribs at home? Because I would love to cook it. Could you give us the recipe? Is that something you could give us? So we gotta
yeah.
we
So
gotta hit you up and put an order in.
unfortunately, you have to definitely hit me up and put that on. Maybe,
Okay.
future.
Oh man, all right. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like
We'll
that.
have
So
something
so
put together. I'm actually working on some things for our seasonings and things like that I can share and share out with the. So but as of right now, I can't share that one just yet.
okay. Now, so with the seasoning and the cooking, things of that nature, do you see yourself maybe opening up a food truck in the future, or maybe even a restaurant? Can we look forward to a D's Grill restaurant coming to the DMV area? Come on, baby. Come on. Okay. Doing in the way you're really perfecting your craft and really just this is all you do. This is really who you are. Can we, the viewers, can we look forward to D's Grill coming in the future, a restaurant or a food truck or what have you? I guess maybe in the food truck. Could we look forward to something like that coming in the near future? Come on. Were you able to hear me?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Right now we're actually like literally, at peak. Um, I'm looking maybe the ending of 2023 next year or the beginning of 2024. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? The food truck out in the DMV area, man, so that we can go ahead and get the taste out there to the world, man. So for sure, definitely, you can definitely look forward to a food truck coming and ultimately a restaurant for a fact.
I like that. I like that. So what? So did you? I'm not sure. I didn't hear you. Did you give us a date for that food truck? Let us know, because I might want to come through, and other people
Yeah,
on, they
absolutely,
might
man.
want to come through. Is there an official date for D's food truck?
So we're looking at maybe the ending of next year, going into the year 2024.
Nice.
So
Okay.
the food truck. Actually, I want to bring something. You know, I don't want to bring a food truck, just your typical food truck to the. I want to do something different, and so I believe what we're planning to do with this food truck, I think it's going to knock people out. There's something that nobody, that you probably haven't seen here in the DMV. I grew up here in the DMV. I haven't seen a food truck like it. So, you know, we're definitely working on something, man. We're definitely working on something for sure.
Okay, okay. So now let me ask, because I know there's a lot of young kids out there, maybe you know a little boy out there looking at Dee's grill saying, "Wow, I want to do that." There's a little girl out there looking at Dee's grill saying, "Wow, how does he cook like that? How does he season that meat like that? I want to do that." What do you say to those young kids out there who want to do what you do? What is the thing that you would tell them to get started? Maybe they 12 years old, they just started cooking, they're learning at home with their mom or with their dad. What would the Chef D, what would you say to these kids to say, hey, look, you can get it started, but this is how you get started in the cooking game?
Educate. I definitely tell educate yourself. Be willing to be a sponge to learn your craft, whatever it is, you know. And also I would say, find someone that you wouldn't mind leading the life that they're living. In other words, find that one that's mastered what you're trying to do, and then you become a sponge and you learn from that. And from there, you add your own things to it. You know, the good Lord made all of us authentic, right? So
Okay.
even though you're learning, you won't be able to do it just like the person that you maybe perhaps watching, but you'll establish your own gift. I can't explain, man, how imperative that was for me. And then you create a desire for it. Have a driven desire and a passion for what you're doing, you know. And I believe when you obtain that, you automatically ignite creativity, right?
I like that.
You'll get your flow. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to worry about being nobody else exactly like that person, although you may be learning from them. And that's what I encourage. Just be a sponge, you know, be open to learn and perfect your craft, you know, educate yourself, you know, when ain't nobody looking, educate yourself. I do it all the time. I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying? I'm still like, man, I need to learn how to get those things like he do it. You know what I mean? So, you know, yeah, man, it will bottom line really be to educate yourself, you know, educate yourself and make sure you're following the right person.
Okay. So if you are just joining us, we are on Pimp Game Live. We are here with the owner and CEO, Chef D. He's the owner of Dee's Grill. So D, let me ask you a question. And I alluded to the kids, like what advice would you give to them to start? Now we're going to go the other way, play devil's advocate. What would you say to the kids? What are some of the pitfalls in cooking and starting your own cooking business that maybe someone, a young kid will want to watch out for? Or maybe even if they're not a young kid, even if they, I don't know, they're a young adult and they're looking to do what you do and cooking might be their thing or what they want to do. What are some things you would tell them, or maybe a thing that you would tell them, hey man, you want to watch out for this?
You definitely, I think I would say your surroundings. Watch your surroundings. More so focus on what you want to do, because it'll be a lot of competition. I got good friends that cook, that and I mean honestly, I'll tell you, the things that they're doing, hands down, better than me. You know what I'm saying? But my hands, God gifted my hands to do what I do. You know what I'm saying? So I think I would definitely tell them to be mindful and be careful of not to fall into trying to keep up with other people. You know, so I would just focus on your craft, you know, and just watch out for the negativity, you know. Don't be, because this is what people cook, and food is just internationally known. Like, you know, food is all over. If you're a human being, you eat. You know what I mean? And so it can be challenging. It can be challenging looking around if you're watching and paying attention to other chefs excelling maybe more than you, or maybe excel quicker than what you're excelling. So I just say, you know, stay the course, stay focused, and it's really simple. Just stay on your craft. You know, I believe if you do that, nothing can stop you in the food game. It's all about how you see it. You know, see yourself winning, see yourself as the best. You know, even if you know, even if you really feel like you're not. Always tell
Okay,
you, man,
okay.
if you're gonna lie, you know, because the truth of the matter is, you. So to me, I would say you're lying if you're not thinking that you're up to par. No, the fact that you had that thought, you're already equipped with everything that you need. Perhaps you just need to develop. So say, stay focused on your craft. You know, put on the blinders. You know, stay focused, and that's it. That's all I did. Was just stay focused.
I like that. 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 I really like that. So before we, you know, let you go, tell us, because we've been asking everybody, what's your thoughts on it? What do you feel like a woman proposing to a man? We already asked already. We talked about it a little bit later. What's your thoughts on that? Do you think a woman should propose to a man? You think more relationships would be more successful maybe if the woman came at you, because it's more genuine? Now you know that's what she wants. Do you feel like, or how do you feel about it? I don't want to just put words in your mouth. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think more women should go that route, or what do you think?
All right. So initially, man, when I found out this was the topic, funny thing about it is that before you told me about the topic and I knew what everything was going to be about, right? I had just had this conversation. I had literally just had this conversation.
Oh, wow.
And so the answer to your question, for me, my opinion, I feel like a should stand her ground in being found. You know, and that's just, again, my opinion. So some people might not agree, but this is what I believe. A man should definitely propose to a woman. I feel under no circumstances would I've had my wife propose to me and I still feel like that man. No, sir. This is just my opinion. You know, honestly, that was, baby, you got to get up. Stand up. This ain't right for me. And, you know, to kind of tap into what you were saying about stamping the relationship by the woman proposing. Well, how I see it is that relationship should already have a foundation before ever thinking about proposing in a marriage. Listen, you'll know. I feel like you don't have to have a forewarning when it's coming to marriages, when it's coming to proposing. Like, I feel like you shouldn't try to preface it. It's something that two people grow to want to do, and I feel like you guys have to have that establishment. You know, for me, because just conversing with my wife and knowing, and then you can just feel, you know, how certain things going, that you know when it's the right time. You don't have to second guess. You know that look, it's the time. You know, and you don't have to worry about her not wanting you to her, and you worrying about she might not want to do it, because you guys already have that establishment. You guys already kind of
So people, you have heard it. Hey, we are on live with Chef D, the owner and CEO of D's Grill. He said he will not feel that he wouldn't feel like a man if the woman came to him and proposed. Also, we have a comment by Rep Women of Figure Fitness. She says that's why when you date properly, you will know if your man is marriage material. We have forgotten what dating with the purpose to see if you can get along for the marriage. Transparency is the key. I do agree with that. Transparency is the key. So, Chef D, tell us, for those people out there who may not know you, or maybe some people out there do know you, but they don't know how to get in contact with Chef D, they don't know how to make an order, give us your contact info, your IG name, things of that nature, maybe a number, something to contact you where people can reach you. How do people get in contact with you if they want your services?
Absolutely. So basically all you do, I'll give out my number here in a sec, but you can drop in my DM. David Changing Lives always does pre-orders. With the pre-orders, you know, all I ask, if you call in, you can actually do same day orders and everything, but you have to give me at least an hour and a half, 2 hour window, right? The number that you could call is really simple. Just call me. You can either DM me your order, or you can just call me and put in your order that way. You can text me if you don't have to call. You can just text, and then put your order in, whatever it is you want. And you name it, we grill it. Guys, we specializing in the ribs, and I do the chicken, but we grill it. We grilling whatever. You name it, we grilling it. All right, so you can definitely contact me at 202-277-8965. Again, that's 202-277.
Okay. So the number is, if you guys have missed it,
Orders in, and I'll be more than happy to take care of you.
Okay. So his number is in the chat, as well as his IG is on the chat. If you are just joining us, hey, Chef D, we thank you for coming on the show. We really appreciate you blessing Pimp Game with your presence today, talking about your cooking and your, how you go about things, and giving the young kids, the youth, the blueprint to what they need to do to actually start their own cooking business. We want to thank you for coming on the show. And we are back. Next week, we are going to have TT. She is the owner and CEO of Levels Hair Studio. She will be on Pimp Game next Monday. All right? This your boy, Kenny D, signing off on Pimp Game, the podcast. And we want to thank D today for blessing us with his show. See you next week on Pimp Game. Holla. Pretty lipstick, got me singing my tune, yeah.